All right, here we go again. Back to do some working. I was going to say second, but no, third squat on the day. It's the 5 o'clock squat, and I have the pleasure to be doing a little bit of streaming with the actual leader of the previous squat, Joachim Carlson. Amazing bowling. It was really fantastic to see you bowl.
Thank
Let
you.
us know a little bit. How did you find yourself over there? Did you try something different? I made a very short interview on the lanes to you. I asked actually at the beginning of the week. You said you're probably gonna go back home and bring some different kind of balls, a little bit weaker. And but I'll let you do the talk and explain a little bit what changed from the beginning of the week at the first squats at your bowl compared to what you did today. Different strategy, different balls, different perhaps release, hand position. Let us know how it went.
Yeah, thanks for having me. But yeah, I went home, changed some balls, and left the stronger ones back home. Bring some weaker,
Makes
uh,
sense.
drill some new ones. Yeah, trying to get some balls to not see the friction that hard as the bigger balls. So I'm just trying to figure it out with the weaker balls that doesn't respond that good on lane. So
It's quite tough. I still see so many bowlers almost fighting. I would say hitting their head against the wall because they keep bowling squat after squat after squat, but they haven't changed anything on their not only on their bowling balls, so not only the bowling balls they are using, they keep putting asymmetrical balls there with not only big cores, but also with very aggressive cover stocks that they find friction almost in any kind of condition. And this one is definitely not heavy oil. The oil is, yeah, it's 29 milliliters point something, but it's only up to 25 feet because after that it's just a brush pushing it down.
yeah,
So it's not actually dropping any extra oil on the lane.
no,
And it was quite clearly that from the beginning of the week that actually what's happening, at least to my eyes, what's happening is that the middle lane is very difficult to control.
yeah, it is.
The ball, it becomes very sensitive to any minor mistake you do. Even if you grip it a little bit more, you miss a little bit in. And it's been too many bowlers that are doing many squats, like they try again and again and again, but
Yeah,
they still using two strong balls, and they, especially on the young ones, I would say, those who have probably it's because of the bowling in which they have been growing. Now it's a lot of urethane pretty much on every tournament we bowl on. They get used to just give a lot of surface to the ball and move in and shoot it even harder.
grab
But
it.
but yeah, and grab it like crazy. But actually, it's pretty much the opposite what's requiring. And
Yeah, for once, I would say.
for once,
Yeah,
it should be an eye opener for the new generation. To me, I must say, I was impressed the way you performed, and the previous squad. It was really amazing to witness.
thank you.
Um, some of the pairs become very tricky. Obviously, you cannot be, you can take care of what you do on the warm up on your pair,
No,
but you cannot definitely tell other bowlers what to do with their pairs,
exactly.
and you cannot tell them which balls to use or which balls not to use. So it's a little bit of let's be lucky on the next. Every time I change pairs and I go for the next game, but yet even if you found. For sure, you found at least one or two pairs that were a little bit more tricky than the others. I remember one particular pair. I think it was 11, 12. That
Yeah,
you stroke every shot on
on
one of
right
the
lane.
lanes, right lane it was,
Yeah,
and it took you all the way till the 10th frame to strike
yeah,
on the left lane. Uh, so I mean, how important it is to remain calm, important it is to remain focused and keep your anger away so you don't lose your focus.
exactly.
So it's not only about having the right strategy, having the right spot on the lane, but you also need to have the right shot. You also need to have the right equipment, and you need to be patient. So overall, it's a very demanding lane condition, isn't it?
Yeah, and I would say I think people are so fast moving left, so they run out of lane.
Hmm.
So in game 4 or 5, they have to loft the gutter.
The
So,
gutter.
but when you loft it or you throw it over the gutter, you have to grab it. And when you grab it, the ball will be
As
either
soon as it touches
way
the
left.
ground,
Yeah,
it's gonna react
yeah,
way
exactly.
way to match. And also, I believe when you start lofting the ball, you lose a little bit of that finesse.
Yeah, you do.
You definitely don't. At least many bowlers are not going to be as accurate as when they do like a little bit less powerful kind of a release.
I would say most of the bowlers, when they're trying to loft the gutter, they are like throwing it up, like they're grabbing it up.
Hmm.
So in the last game I was bowling, I had to kind of throw it over together, but
Hmm.
I had to, in my mind, I was throwing it forward more.
Further down,
Yeah,
not
no, no, not further, but more forward,
yeah.
more like in a straighter line,
Okay, okay, exactly.
instead of
I understand.
it going up.
So for the young ones, they're not used to this.
No,
We come from a little bit older school, older bowling. Back in the day, it was more patterns like this one,
yeah,
not
much more.
not like we see nowadays, where you need to bowl 250 to make the cut.
Yeah,
That has become a little bit insane. Um, but it's also very interesting that from time to time we can find ourselves in this kind of situations, and we have to solve these puzzles, and makes you think, makes you learn. And I think it's going to be a great experience for the younger generations when they find themselves that they've been bowling the whole week and not really succeeding. They're going to have to go back home and analyze, okay, what did I do right and how many things I did wrong?
yeah,
What do I need to work on in order to get better the next time I find something like that?
yeah. I think this is really great for the younger guys because they have to learn something other than they used to. And I think this is, if they taking this the right way, as they should, they go home and they're gonna practice on uh, getting the ball to like control the back end, get the ball to slow down earlier, get it to roll, not get it to hook. We have to get the ball to roll here. So I would I can look at lots of really good bowlers. Like take for now example, Dominic Barrett is bowling on lane 1920.
19 and 20, we have
Yeah,
Dominic Barrett.
and
Yes.
he's like throwing it to the arrows almost.
Yes.
He's one of the best bowlers there is here in Europe, at
Hmm.
least. So even those kind of players are doing what I think some mistakes here.
Yes.
If you see the leader of the tournament, Ethan Fiore, he's just roll it so good. He's controlled the back end every shot. It doesn't matter which ball, which line, when he
Yeah, because
bowls.
actually we have now we're just witnessing Ethan bowl again. Some people was asking before, why is Ethan bowling again? He was already on the lead. Well, I asked him already on day one when he took the lead, and he said, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna bowl a few more squats because I want to pick up some more information.
Exactly.
I want to try different things. I want to see if there is an extra uh, like extreme solution at
Yeah.
some point that I could use if I need it." And he's back on the lanes, and the approach he's getting at the moment is completely different than he did on the two highest squats that he had. He's bowling pretty straight around the second arrow. He's using the urethane ball,
Yeah.
and but it's pretty much in terms of release, I would say it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Letting the ball do the job, letting the ball slide through the front instead of forcing the ball to do whatever she's not going to be happy to do because of the conditions.
This shot,
And
he actually throwed it a little bit further down the lane, so he grabbed it a little bit more. But he's playing a urethane, so it's not that responsive. So
we have to remember, people, since it's a PBA event, any urethane throwing on the lanes, it needs to be of a hardness of 78.
yeah,
So obviously,
of
it's a
course.
little bit less friction than some of these softer balls that are
Yeah.
popular at the moment. And We see some nice scoring going on some of the bowlers. We have quite a few PBA bowlers. We have Andrew Anderson on the lanes. We have Frankie Lavoie. Actually, Frankie started with the front seven, then he's got the big split, but strike on the ninth.
Yeah.
He can strike out for 259. And if we take a short look at the scoring on game one, we had Chase on first position with 240. Then we can find Ethan Fury with 233. Tobias from Denmark, 229. Niklas, also from Denmark, 224. Tim Stumpy, 223. Carten Hansen, 221. Jussi from Finland, 221. Then we have Max Lorenz from Germany, 216. Jesper Agerbo, he already led on one of the squads, 216. Richard T is England, 213. Francois Lavoie, 213. Bjorn with 207. Gary Haynes, Elliot Crosby, and Lucas Banen. So we have 15 bowlers with 200 on game one. So far during the week, what we have been witnessing is the first couple of games. People is scoring quite okay. We have seen quite a few people shooting over 50 on the first two. And the big issue usually starts happening on games 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think for me there was a big movement after 1.5, 2 games, maybe sometimes 2.5 game. But today it was a little bit earlier, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But we see a lot of bowlers playing way left now. But I think what the bowlers has learned is to keep it tighter.
Yeah.
They don't throw it all the way to the gutter because it's never gonna pick up.
No, and that's another thing we have seen. As soon as somebody misses a little bit far outside, they pick
Yeah,
the 3 pins in the corner. We have
exactly.
seen a couple of times chopping the 6 and the 9.
Yeah,
And on the other hand, when they start moving way too deep, and then they almost end up on the lefties area, as soon as they miss to the left, then they miss the head pin on the left side as well.
yeah. And Randerson has made some changes, I think. Started with 5 in a row, split 3 triple. So lane 12 and 13,
13 and 14 for
13, 14, yeah.
13 and
Yeah,
14
yeah,
for Andrew Anderson, bowling on the same pair with Gary Haynes, who
yeah,
seems to be struggling a little bit at the moment. He's
yeah,
got a couple of big splits, no doubles. He needs to triple to go all the way to 160. And we see some low scorings already. The lanes are
yeah,
quite demanding, and some people may be running out of patience after a few attempts and not really finding the way to succeed or the way to overcome what they're facing on the lanes.
yeah,
But if we could give them some tip, it would be again, be patient, be
yeah.
patient, be patient, be patient.
Be patient and be faster with your movements. I would say it seems like a lot of people are still behind in the movements.
It's very fun that you say that because it's probably the most common sentence I've got from you guys when you're sitting right beside me.
Okay.
Be fast on changing. Don't be a coward.
No,
On the contrary, be brave. Move big if you have to move big.
I would say if you usually move like 2 boards, here the 2 boards are 4 boards
Mm.
almost. So it's a little bit different, but it's fun. I would say this is the most fun bowling pattern tournament in a long time because it's so demanding for the bowlers. They have to be like the shot making guys are doing great,
Hmm.
most of them, and for once the shot making guys can be a little bit better than the younger ones.
Yeah, but that is also it's also good news for the sport. I mean, sometimes when everybody can score 250 average, it's very difficult to separate the good ones from the standard ones
Yeah,
because of say it's so much room over there that they all grab these balls that carry no matter what,
exactly.
and then it's very difficult to say okay who is really good in here.
Yeah,
Another thing that is happening a lot with the young guys is that they strike so much that they stop caring for sparing.
yeah,
You
exactly.
see a lot of. I remember when I was here at the end of June for the Under 21 World Cup. It was an amazing talent bowlers. A lot of kids bowling
Yeah,
230, 240 average. But the amount of single pins they kept missing and
yeah.
missing, for me it was mesmerizing. Like what's going on? Imagine if they spared, they were bowl 260 instead of
Yeah.
240.
We were commentating the World Championship for youth. Yeah, there are so many spare miss, unbelievably.
And then what's happening when they get into this kind of situation, when instead of striking 7 or 8 times per game, it's only 3 or 4,
Yeah,
then you need to spare even more often.
yeah.
And another thing that's
If you don't want
happening,
to do 150.
if you don't want to do 150, exactly. And another thing I see, it's many of them, especially the two-handers, who got used to spare shooting by hooking it or hooking it back up.
Yeah,
And when the lanes are so difficult that you cannot miss more than 1 or 2 boards, it becomes a lot harder to take those pairs by hooking it
yeah.
instead of just going straight for the pin.
Because you're using the pattern and the lane in a way you're not used to. Because the pattern here doesn't like play the same as you are used to.
Mm.
I would say.
Now, let me talk a little bit about family and DNA. I happen
Yeah,
to find out that you are the son of Åsa Larsen. For
yeah,
those who are
that's true.
a little bit too young and they don't know, Åsa is probably one of the biggest talents ever in bowling as a female.
Yeah,
She was unbelievable already back in the day. I remember her when I was quite a young kid, maybe 5, 6 years old, when she used to come down and play the tournaments in Mallorca and Barcelona. Some of the Swedish people would come down. And I remember the best men bowler back then, if they bowled to 20 average, for us it was like amazing. People in Spain back then in the 80s, bowling 6 games, they tried to shoot 1100. That was like a very good
yeah,
score for them. And when some of the Swedish people came down to bowl, late 80s and stuff like that, Mats Karlsson bowled there, and Samuelsson bowled there, Rosenqvist bowled there, and those guys used to bowl 220 average, and it was like, wow, these guys make magic. But I remember your mother, she would score even more than they did. She was unbelievable. So let me ask you, how is she doing? Does she still bowl?
no, she's not.
She retired already?
Yeah, I think the last time she bowled was like 2017, the playoff.
Uh huh.
Since then, she haven't bowled.
But she stopped bowling a little bit internationally. She quit
Yeah,
like quite longer time from now.
yeah, she
Was it
did.
because of you? Shall we blame you? She had to do the
Maybe,
the mom business.
maybe. Yeah, she tried going to the US to play the PWBA tour
Hmm.
in '98, I think it was.
Okay.
Uh,
But the rules were a little bit different back then,
yeah,
because I remember talking about this with Mats Karlsson when
yeah,
I was in the first time I came to Sweden for learning some bowling, 1994.
yeah,
I was invited by Patrick Bowman to go to Frölunda bowling and practice a little bit. And as soon as I jump into the bowling alley, I see Ulf Hamnes is there taking care of the pro shop. It was Mats Carlsson's pro shop, so Mats was also in there, and I was like, God, I'm in heaven. I'm
yeah,
surrounded by superstars, and I was a very, very curious little boy, so I kept asking questions to everybody. And one of the things I wanted to ask Mats was about his PBA
yeah.
experience and so. And I remember him explaining that there was some kind of a rule that if you bowled a professional event, even if it was a single one, then for some reason you could not bowl in Europe as an amateur because you were not an amateur. You were
Okay.
considered
Yeah.
professional. So maybe there was something about that as well in the ruling for the women, I guess.
Yeah, I think she and Yvonne Bernt got an invitation for 1998. I think
Hmm.
they were playing one tour stop, but that that didn't go as planned. But yeah, that was
But
fun.
but I can understand why it didn't go as planned because the PBA 30 or 40 years ago, it was not as open as it is today.
No,
Being from Barcelona, obviously I speak Spanish.
yeah,
So when I've been a couple of times over there, I spoke to Amleto.
yeah,
And Amleto said the same thing. I remember when I joined the tour at the beginning, they would even, like shoulder to shoulder, like, what are you doing here? Go back to your country. You're not welcome and stuff like that. And but thankfully, the world has become a lot more global now. Possibilities are so much easier, so much better. You don't get any kind of restrictions if you bowl in the PBA. For example, Jasper can bowl in the PBA, but then he can come back here and bowl
yeah.
any tournament he wants. I think that
I
is a
I think that's really good. That's the only way to like expand the bowling world.
Yeah, otherwise it becomes like a very close spot that only 20 or 50 people are able to do, and everyone
Yeah,
else is like forbidden from there. So
exactly.
it's good that the for the expansion of the sport that this kind of ruling has changed and evolved into a better position.
Yeah,
But going back to your mom,
yeah,
uh, she was unbelievable.
she was.
She's doing okay,
Yeah, she's doing
healthy
okay.
life, happy
Yeah,
life. That
absolutely.
that's the most important.
Yeah,
Give my best regards.
I will.
She was an inspiration for so many people down in the south of Europe, and we
Yeah,
were always happy to see people with that talent coming down and showing their skills. It was really mesmerizing. I talk about it and I almost feel the hair coming back in my head because it was so many years ago. But real fun memories, really fun experiences. So make sure to send my best regards when you talk to her.
I will.
Back to business.
Yeah,
Game two has just finished. We're gonna refresh the scoring pretty soon, but not
Andrew Anderson did 250 something. I know.
I was
Lane 17, 18
17-18 now for
422.
Andrew, so 422. But there's not that many 420 games. Chase had 240 on game one,
Yeah,
but
Ethan
but
Fiori.
he's now with 420, so he got
Yeah,
a 181 game on the second.
Ethan Fiori 436.
I think we could skip Ethan because eventually he seems to be bowling a league on his own.
Yeah,
So we're gonna expect that Ethan is gonna make 1300 again, even if he's doing something different and testing
yeah.
different lines and different balls.
The
Uh,
Danish guy Tobias did he have 440 something?
so he had 229, probably had like a 210. Oh, now we
Francois,
have
yeah,
214. Now the scores are refreshed. Francois Lavoie now on the leading with 448, 213, 235. Then we have Tobias from Denmark, 229, 214 for a total of 443. Then we have our little boy, Ethan Fury, 233 and 203. That's 36 over. Then we find a Jussi from Finland, 34 over. Elliot Crosby, the English guy living in Stockholm, 28 over. Max Lorenz, the German kid, 423. Andrew Anderson, recovering, very nice recovery from that first 160 game. Then I'm gonna have to ask Andrew, why are you always starting with 160? Why are you giving up the first game? He probably would be happy if the squads were 5 games and
yeah,
he could skip the first one. But nice recovery, 254, as you very well said. So now he's sitting with 22 over. Then we find Chase with 421 and only one more person, which is Tim Stampe, over par. So it's 9 bowlers over par, and we are starting game three, which is usually when transition shows up and say, "Good
yeah.
morning, I'm here. I'm ready to make your life a little bit harder."
We'll see what's happened now.
So we're gonna have to see what goes on. I've just been informed Max Lorenz is actually the son of Peter Lorenz. He has been the German coach for 35 years. It's actually when I saw him outside the alley, he was like, "You sleep on the refrigerator because you look exactly the same." He met me when I was a kid, and now we both look the same, and that is quite annoying actually.
That's
When
good.
I was a teenager, he was not, but now we look the same. So time has not treated me as good as he has done with him. We have some comments over here. Let's see. Lobo to me for the first 17 squats, the averages for each game. Game one, 183.7. Game two, 185.1. Game three, 186.8. Game four, 183.6. Game five, 184. And game six, 180. Highest scoring game was squad 5, game 4 with 205 average, while the lowest was squad 9, game 6 with 171, 171.2. Thank you very much for such deep statistics. It gives us a lot of help, and actually, it surprises me because
It's
What I
lower than I thought.
Yeah, it's not only lower than I thought, but I actually see game 3 and 4 are not as low as I have it in my
No.
head. So um, probably it's the guys who start very good that end up going down on games 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Mathematics are and numbers they are mysterious. Yes,
They are.
they can work in so many different ways. But I really appreciate Lobo to me for this information. Very valuable. We
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you for commenting.
We got a question: how many times can PBA members enter the tournament? There is no limit.
There is no limit. As
No.
long as there is an available spot, they can bowl as much as they want. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago that Marshall Candy bowled 14 squats.
Yeah.
He was very unhappy with the traffic he was following, squad after squad after squad, until he managed to find a squad where he had a little bit easier traffic, and he managed to make it into the final. Ethan Fiore on lane 13 and 14. Now, why am I not surprised he started with the first three?
Yeah, he's so good. Andrew Anderson started with 3 in a row. There's some of
On
them.
17 18. And 17 18 has not been the highest scoring pair. Now, since Lobo to me had this amazing stats, I'm going to ask him, do you have any stats on the different pairs of lanes? Because we have been saying that probably 3 and 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20 are the four pairs where I've seen people struggling a little bit more. But again, I could be confused, and maybe the numbers show something different.
Yeah.
So if you have that stats, we'll be happy to read them. If you don't have them, you don't have to worry. Absolutely, we don't want to make people work too much. We just rather you enjoy the show and carry on with us. So, a question I've been telling to everybody: what you think is going to be the final cut to make it into the final?
Yeah. I I think it's gonna be around 80, 85 maybe. Something.
85.
Yeah.
My goodness,
I don't think.
everyone is going lower and lower.
Yeah.
The more people I ask, the worse I feel. I, I was way too optimistic. Yeah, Magnus is right. He said stop asking so you don't look anymore like you don't know what you're talking about. You know how much I said? I said very high.
Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100,
140,
150.
150.
Huh?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say it in another way. Maybe you guys need to learn a little bit more about the game. If I say 150, maybe it's because I see it a little bit easier than.
Yeah.
Just kidding,
I would
obviously.
say it will be around. We have a couple of guys between 85 and 87. I think something around there, maybe.
Well, then even Robert Anderson is gonna be wrong. He said 130 over.
Yeah,
But in
might be, but
in our defense, we spoke the very first day of
yeah,
the event, so we took a wild guess. And my guess it was also because I was thinking, okay, the squats is a little bit difficult. There's a lot of young guys on the lanes now. They're trying urethane and stuff like that. They're putting the ball all over the place. And I said to myself, probably when the best bowlers start bowling together, they're gonna start using smaller room on the lane. They're gonna hit a little bit more similar area, and I was expecting the lanes to open up a little bit more.
yeah,
Obviously, as the tournament has been progressing, I've realized how quickly it kind of burns. Then
yeah,
I've been telling myself, you're gonna be far from right. You're gonna be far from right. But instead, I keep praying for the scores to go higher, so I don't have to change my numbers because, yeah,
yeah,
as Magnus said before, everybody's a good coach on Monday.
yeah. They are.
It's not so difficult when.
I would say the thing is, I bowled 5 squads on this tournament, uh, and it is really tough, and there isn't that many big scores. So it's very hard to say that, oh, somehow 10 people gonna do 140 over in some
All
way.
of a sudden, yeah.
I don't think that, but maybe. Uh, but if you look at the scores here now, you can come to like 60, 70, 80 over.
Hmm.
But when it starts to be close to 100 over, there's the problem because then you don't have the room
You
to
don't
have a
have
bad
any
game.
you don't have anywhere to move also,
No,
so it becomes a lot more tricky.
and I would say when the best guys in the world come here, I think they're gonna move way too far to the
Too
left.
far
So
to the left. That's what I think it was Andrew.
yeah,
He actually said that. I think as soon as all the PBA guys are bowling together, we're actually gonna burn it a little bit quicker.
yeah,
So the scores are not gonna go higher.
no,
Actually, they are gonna go a little bit lower.
I think so too.
We have an answer from Lobo. He says, "Sorry, lane talk stats does not go into those details from Lucky Larsen link. Uh, each game was played will not be easy with lane changes." No, I absolutely understand. The gut feeling that it gets lower scoring at the end is right. Game 6 was never the highest scoring in any squad, ranging from 4 to 18 pins average below the highest. Oh, thank you again for the information. We truly appreciate it. It's so beautiful that we have people
Yeah,
chatting with us and
really nice.
helping. Previous squad was the same thing. We had me and Magnus were trying to. Well, actually Magnus, because I really didn't follow that family. Wasn't sure. We couldn't find one of the names. We were talking about the McCune family,
Yeah,
and we had some help also from the chat. So thank you guys. We appreciate you not only watching but participating with us. It makes things funnier and more entertainment. Shall we look back at some action? I see a few
yeah,
strikes actually. We have Lucas Bananen with first four strikes on lanes 5 and 6.
yeah.
Then we see
Ethan Fury left at 9 pin, 7 pin
7 pin.
after 5 in a row. he's in he's bowling
Yeah,
in his own league.
he's
Shay's
definitely
bowling good again. Lane 1920.
strikes pair 4 in a row. Andrew Anderson was doing some strikes, but he got a split at some. Now I lost Andrew. What was he? Over here,
He's
yes,
there.
he might. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a big split.
17-18.
He's got a 5-3. He's got the big church over there.
Yeah.
Let's see who
Let's see
else.
Lucas. 4 pin.
4 pin.
Yeah.
He did very, very good also on the under 21 up
Yeah.
here in Helsingborg by the end of June.
Max Lawrence playing solid. Triple 9 spare strike, 8 spare. Lane 3 and 4.
Mhm.
Well, it seems like some of the bowlers have found something and the rest haven't found it. There are some good scores and some lower scores.
Yeah, it seems to be no point in between. You either
No.
go very high or
Yeah.
you go very low. It was one of the things that we could see, kept seeing squad after squad when we go the game by game.
Yeah.
It's very hard to see somebody shooting like 210 to 20 to 10 to 20 to 10 to 10 to 40. You see a lot more of 240, 160, 240, 180 to 50, 160. It's a lot of inconsistency,
Yeah.
which actually proves what we were talking a little bit before. It's very hard to find out what's gonna be happening on the next pair. You are really depending on the kind of traffic they have been generating before, and as you very well said before, let's say you have a couple of 220s on your pocket, and then you go to the third game and you see the lane is responding different,
Yeah.
and you want to play safe because you already have those 40 plus in your pocket, and it's
Exactly.
not working. You
You
really need
can't.
no. You have to change bigger.
Yeah. And that's the thing here. You can't play safe. You can't play a straighter line just to survive, make 9 spares and keep going. It's not gonna happen. Because when you're after in your movement, there will be some splits. There will be some big pins left. So yeah, it's this is tough for real.
But it's fun to watch because it also you can see the different approaches that the
Yeah.
best bowlers in the planet are doing. As I said when I was watching you earlier, it was especially that game that you had strike on one lane and not on the other one. It
Yeah.
was fun to watch because it's like Is he gonna hold it? Is he gonna go desperate? Is he gonna manage to survive that one?
Yeah.
And all these kind of things. I mean, when you see, of course, it's fun to see people shooting 300 after
Yeah.
300.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the other hand, at least in my ex bowler, pretty much ex bowler, or more as a coach perspective, you want to see what people are made of.
Yeah. 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 If they're keeping their heads cool or they're trying to do something very different or what they're trying to change. But I think for me, when I had that game strike every other time, not every time, so it just keep like if I had a plan
Hmm.
to keep going left as far as it took me, so I just stayed with the process and keep going left.
Let
So
me ask you, since you are here, what
yeah,
was the issue on that lane that you couldn't strike? Was it big difference between them, or was it just
it
a
wasn't
matter
a
of carry?
yeah, it was a little bit of different, but it started off with a really bad shot.
Hmm.
So then you're confident on that lane isn't the
Isn't the
best.
best? Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
Then I hit an okay shot, but then I was after in the movement.
Hmm.
So when I moved then I overdid it. So
Yeah.
I throwed it to the right. So it's a combination of bad shots and bad decisions and okay thinking, I would say.
Hmm. Hmm. But it's what it is. I mean, it's demanding, so it forces you to. At some point, you're gonna find yourself in that kind of tricky spot, tricky situation,
Yeah, yeah.
and how you manage to solve that, it can make a big difference on the end of the squad. Is it gonna be the right squad, or if you don't really keep the focus and keep finding the solutions, then you drop down and okay, you can sign me in again for the next one.
Yeah.
Let's see what Frankie is doing. Frankie had 48 over. Frankie Lebois, and he's now bowling on lane 15 and 16. He's got a double split, strike, split, spare, split, miss, and a double again. So if he strikes out, he's going to shoot 221.
Yeah.
And
Raymond T's doing a good game. He's going for 240.
he's bowling on the same
On the
pair
same pair, yeah.
as
Team
Francois
Stamp
Lebois.
also doing great.
Stampe is also on the same pair. If you guys watching if you wonder, it's the camera where you can also see Ethan Fury and Chris Lohan. Fury and Sloan are on lane 13 and 14, and Stumpy, Tees, and Lavoie are on lane 15 and 16. Um, if we forget that
Oh,
camera,
Chase.
I was gonna say the other one who's doing really good at the moment is Chase Nadeau on 19 and 20 strikes pair and strike all the way to the ninth frame. He's got just the 10th frame to go for a potential 280, and since he's got 21 over, it would put him on 100 over after three.
That would be huge.
It's been not many 700s
No,
in three. We still have not a single 1400
no.
in the whole event. We have been waiting for that. It was I think it was a couple of days ago when Ryan bowled pretty high on his squad. Linda was watching online, Ryan's mom,
Yeah,
at the beginning of the squad. That we were talking. Okay, what's the top score? It's going to be at the end of the tournament. Linda's bet was 1426. We're still trying to see if that is gonna be the one or not. And we have some more content over there. Anders Lundvall says the cut could be 150 if the players spare better. The spare game overall sucks. Yeah, you see,
yeah,
someone else sees the way I see it because my
exactly.
spare game was very good. That's why I was pointing for the 150. Anders, thank you so much. You just made my point a little bit more valid than it has been for the last 3 days.
And the thing is, it's true.
It is true.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is
true.
true.
It is true.
It's yeah, wow.
But it's not something we're gonna fix during the week.
No,
They're gonna need to work on that
they have to go
for a
home
little
and
longer.
practice on spares. We'll see the scores.
Uh,
Ethan
Ethan is
doing okay.
on a 237 without double on the 10th. If it doubles on the 10th, it's going to go all the way up to 247, which is going to put him on 83 over. Um, Sloan is making a little bit of a comeback with a few strikes. Definitely, Team Stumpy is doing a lot better than he was doing.
Yeah. I can say something as well. Ian Robinson is bowling now on with Ethan
Actually,
Fury.
yeah, with Ethan
Yeah,
Fury.
he have a chance to win the PBA Sweden ranking for 50 plus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he's bowling for that one here.
He's fighting against Martin Paulson, I believe.
Yeah, but I think it's Stefan Ingström and Oskar Broström
Oscar also,
who's
son,
is the
true.
closest.
Oscar was also bowling a lot of squats, but
Yeah.
Ingstrom, I haven't seen him coming now.
No, me neither.
I think he texted me a few weeks ago. He's planning to go down to Barcelona, and he was asking when is the football stadium finally getting renewed. We are in
Yeah.
the middle of rebuilding. It's hard to say. It's going too slow. I live nearby, walking distance, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that to be over because all these big trucks and all the dust they are making, I have to dust my house twice a week now instead of only once.
Oh, Chase leave an 8, I think.
I was a bit short to the pocket,
Yeah.
yes, but still it's going to be quite a high
A
game.
good game
Yeah,
for him.
quite a good game, and
Yeah,
he already was sitting comfortable at 20 over par. So as soon as you make a 250 game, it's going to put you on 70 something,
that's a really good one.
and that is a very good one. Now we have Frankie on lane 15.
Yeah.
Looking to keep
Yeah.
going,
Looks
and he
pretty good.
does.
So smooth and keep the ball in front of him just to get it to roll, like we said before.
Exactly.
Tim Stump is trying to make a 5 in a row now. Lane 50,
16.
16, yeah.
16, yes.
Yeah,
And he gets
that's a good
another
one.
good try, and he's very happy about it.
Yeah.
So I guess he was.
That's good for him.
Mhm.
He had 12 over before this game, so he's trying to go to.
But that's what we said. They had
Yeah.
223 on game one, 189 on
Yeah.
game two, and if that is going to be the lowest score on the squad,
Oh.
you can still afford that one. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't want to drop down is to 160, 150, 140 because
Exactly.
then it's super hard to overcome that. And then you need at least two very high games, and it's already very difficult to get one.
Yeah. Look at Chase.
Oh, he just missed on the
Missed
10th
that
frame.
one.
Aye, aye, aye.
And that's the same there. 240, 180, 240. It's so easy to do 180 or even less.
Yeah, yeah.
My first squad, I had 100 over after two. 180, 190, 180, 190. Not too good.
No,
Started
but
off, it feels pretty good. This could be something. No.
yeah, especially when you're 100 over after two, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm going
Yeah.
for the 14 something, and then reality comes and say hello, like, hey.
Yeah. I will blame the lane man. Always. No. The lanes and the pattern has been really good this week. I would say one of the best in a long time.
Yeah, but that's not any compliment to the lane guy. He only presses one button. I remember he told me a couple of days ago, you just have to press start.
Yeah.
If something happens to me, just go there, press start, and the machine is gonna do everything for you.
Perfect.
Obviously, we're joking. It's always fun to tease the responsible.
Yeah.
He gets a little bit of a funny face, but he knows me already. He's used to that. We have some striking also on AJ Johnson
yeah.
on lane 5 and 6. Is on his way for a potential 279.
Yeah.
And where was AJ sitting?
Not too good.
Not too good because I don't see him on
No,
the
I
top
think he had
25.
like
So
60 under or something.
Let's see it different. If he strikes out, he's gonna make 635.
Yeah,
So if we take 35 from 79, that means it was 44 down.
yeah.
So 356 on the first two games for AJ.
He wasn't happy about that.
We can expect AJ to find his way on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on this pattern. Also, he
He
was
will.
the winner a couple of years ago, and it was not exactly the same pattern, but it also played quite deep inside.
Yeah,
So it's not uncomfortable for him to move deep in the lane.
he likes that.
Okay, now we have Frankie Lavoie on lanes 19 and 20. He's already with 58 over. Starts with a strike. Um, Now I see a bit of. It looks like there is a few more scores over par.
Yeah,
614, 670, 620, 650, 640, 650. 639 for Max Lorenz. 619 for Elliot Crosby, even with a huge split on the 10th frame.
yeah,
Uh, Lucas Bananen is also made to 10 to make 601. And we have to see what AJ does on the 10th frame.
yeah. AJ's going up now on approach.
He's a very cool guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
Very humble, very nice to
the
talk
best
to,
guy.
and he really is
I
one
got
of.
to know him back at 2014, 15 maybe.
Hmm.
Really good guy. Haven't seen him in 7 years. It feels like it was yesterday.
He's a very fun guy.
Yeah,
Actually, yesterday he was showing me some videos and a picture of the son of one of his friends,
yeah.
a kid maybe 12, 13 years old, not any older, nothing to do with bowling. He was actually doing DJ stuff.
Okay,
And the kid was playing in a crowd of maybe 500 or 600 people.
cool.
And I said to him, well, I don't know if he likes bowling, but if he can do DJ the way he's doing now, tell him to carry on, because I can tell you, if you become a big name in the music industry and the DJ world, you make a lot more money than you will ever do as a bowler.
Yeah,
And so make some money, and then when he's 30, tell him to come back for bowling. So we have a big name doing some bowling, and hopefully grow the sport a little bit.
yeah,
We seem to have a few more comments over here. Bin Nguyen, hard to say that one. Bin Nguyen, I would say. Is that Ethan Fury? Yes, in fact, it is Ethan Fury, the one and only, the real one. Is doing whatever he wants with the lanes. Is
as usual.
It's not only amazing to see. I mean, his technique, it's spectacular, but he can score like it's like a strike machine, and not only one way, because sometimes that's what happens. You see bowlers that they strike a lot, but they only have one type of
Yeah, yeah,
game. And this guy, this kid, I would say, not even a guy, this kid is doing so many different things. The first squat that he managed to do quite high when he shot 174 over or 184 over. I don't remember exactly the number. I think it was 184 over. He was really rolling the ball,
yeah,
like becoming super, super smooth. Then he bowled another squad, shot 193 over, and he wasn't that smooth. He was actually
yeah,
lofting the ball a little bit. And now we have he's bowling again, and he's doing a completely different approach. He's bowling far to the outside. He's using urethane,
yeah.
and
He's
he's
throwing it to
lofting it
the.
outside, bowling completely parallel, and kind of staying in the edge, and probably staying away from the traffic as well.
Yeah.
And when you are that good, you can actually survive bowling over there.
I think that's his plan. If the finals are getting messy, he can stay on the right side.
But sounds very smart. We had
Yeah,
some people asking early in the morning, why is he bowling again? Why is he bowling again? Well, he wants to get more ideas, more
yeah,
solutions.
yeah. Trying
Find
to learn something.
exactly find out, is there any other way I can approach this if things get messy? the way I did it before. And man, let me tell you, he's proving he can do it in a different way. If you're not sure where Ethan is, he's bowling on lanes 17 and 18. There you go. He's
Yeah.
really sending it quite
Oh.
far out there.
Too far.
Yeah, too far this time, but I think it's the first time I see somebody lofting parallel on the
Yeah.
outside. It's not something you see very often.
No.
Oh, let me grab that mouse over there so we can try to see if we can get the scores updated.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's only while guessing. Where is... Oh, wait,
There.
I couldn't find it. Fungainte, which in English means it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to wait a couple of more minutes
Yeah.
until those scores get refreshed. One guy who's really struggling a lot and suffering, I see him in a bit of an issue, is Cristian Ascona from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
He's been trying many different things, but it doesn't seem to find a solution for his problems.
No.
While I was watching the warm-up and the first few frames of game one, he was near 15, 16 on the arrows, board 15, 16, but he was using a urethane ball, and the ball was reading way, way, way too early, saving no energy. He actually left the 8, 10
Yeah.
on one of those shots, and I don't know if he has changed his plan. He's gonna make a shot now on lane 16. The ball looks a little bit more shiny than it was. His feet is a lot further left than he was, so I'm guessing
Yeah.
he's back into a reactive ball.
There you go. Oh. Missed the headpin. It's tough. It's so easy to be in the wrong spot.
Yeah, sometimes even if you have been doing the right, smart, intelligent things, as soon as you change to the next pair, you may find yourself out
Yeah.
of the spot, even without doing any
Exactly.
crazy things. But
We have some big scores after 3 games.
guess who's back? Like the Eminem song. Guess who's back? Back
Yeah.
again. Ethan Fury back on the lead, 670 for 3. Then we have Chase with 667, Francois Lavoie 658, Tim Stumpy 654, Tobias 641, Max Lorenz 639, Andrew Anderson 630, Raymond Tees 623, Elliot Crosby 619, Jussi from Finland 616, Christopher Sloan 614, AJ Johnson 612, so AJ shot 256 on the last one, recovering from the game one, which was a 150. So if Andrew wasn't happy with a 160 to start, I think AJ was even a little bit less happy with 152. Richard is 609, Jesper Agabo 608, and we can find up to 17 bowlers at the moment on par or above par. Not bad. We see some.
Little high scores now.
Yeah, it looks okay, but even if we look down below the par, we see some big names over there. We see Antonio Fiorentino from Italy. We see especially Dominic Barrett. We see Gary Haynes. Not easy. The first girl showing up on this score
Yeah.
is Alida Molander from Sweden, 578, 196, 163, 219.
Really good shot maker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, she's bowling now on
Lane 12.
11 and 12. She's bowling quite
Yeah.
far to the right. She's
Yeah.
on a very similar spot as Ethan,
Yeah.
we could
I would
say,
say.
outside, bowling on the edge, making sure you don't miss to the right.
It will be fun to watch this game because I think this is the time when things started to happen again. Because it seems like a lot of the bowlers have figured out the first three, or at least game 2 or 3, or one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think things
Yeah,
have started happening here.
We had some comebacks, as you very well said, because we could people that is already over par, like Andrew Anderson and AJ Johnson. They
Yeah,
started, as we said, 160, 150. So we have seen some comebacks also from a little bit lower second games. Niklas Sorensen 170, Jesper Agebo 170,
yeah,
181 for Chase, but he went back to the 240s on game three as he did on game one. And yeah, I agree completely with you. I've been saying even if the mathematics don't show it that way, for some reason it looks like at least the people on the top seems to have some issues when they get to games three and four.
yeah. And it seems like I would say the people have moved maybe to the left quite much. So now maybe more people are bowling like more left. So I think the lane is gonna change much faster now for every shot that makes.
And
So
now is when we go back to you were saying 10 minutes ago.
yeah,
Moving two boards is not going to be enough.
no, it's
Now
not
you
gonna
have
be
to
even
make
close now.
a bigger jump. Now we see Santu on lane 18
Yeah,
already in front of the ball return.
left and together.
Loft in the garden, missed a little bit left,
Yeah,
obviously, but he's already quite deep inside.
and we have played
Uh,
3.5 game.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly. We see on 11 and 12. Uh,
Raymond Tees, Richard Raymond Tees. Yeah,
Raymond, he was quite deep already in front of the ball return as well.
yeah,
And the only one not in front of the ball return is Ethan. Again, bowling on
no,
his. If he leads this squad again and I have to interview him one more time, I'm gonna get tired of him. It's like Ethan, man, give me
he
a
will be
rest.
tired of you.
Give me a break already. What
Yeah.
what am I supposed to ask you now? So people on the chat, start sending your questions. What would you like me to ask Ethan if he is on the lead again after this squad and I have to go and ask him something?
Yeah, or
Where
questions
what
overall.
what kind of breakfast you have in the mornings? What do you do before you go to bed? Do you pray to some specific god? Is there any kind of candles that you light on the night before you go to bed? What's your secret, right? Maybe that should be the question. What's your
Very good
secret?
questions.
What's your secret? Let us know.
You have to bring him here
Yeah,
to pick
definitely.
his brain.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
We have to sit him down on this chair for a while. Actually, I'm probably going to sit him on my chair, give him the mic, and say, please, do some magic in here as well.
yeah. Enlighten the people.
We see some strikes on 19 and 20 again.
Yeah,
Spare
that
strike,
was a good
spare.
pair for
And
me last squad.
you
So
like that one, yeah?
yeah, I think I made like 250 something, but I think people are starting to figure it out that lane. They are much faster in the movement on that particular pair.
Was
So
it 20 still hooking a little bit more than 19?
for me, it was kind of the same
Kind of the
actually.
same.
Yeah, but I was bowling with a really smooth ball that didn't see the friction that hard.
What ball were you using today? Was it the IQ Ruby?
No, I started with Summit Ascent.
Uh huh. Okay.
Then I switched to the IQ Ruby after 4 games, maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
I thought it was the IQ Ruby. I saw at some point.
yeah, I finished with that one.
It's not that easy to see from the screens.
No,
That's why I try to spend some time during the warm up out there to try to see what balls they are using and especially what kind of treatment they are giving to the pairs
yeah,
during the warm up. Are they trying to do some pushing the oil with some plastic or urethane deeper, deeper, deeper so they get something to hold on by the end of the squat? Or
yeah.
Frankie is doing quite good as well. He's not
Of
striking a lot,
course.
but he's so consistent. He's so
Yeah.
smooth. It's quite nice to
It
see him
looks
bowl.
like the worst thing he can get is like 9 pins.
Nine spare.
9 spare.
That's the biggest issue he's
Yeah,
getting on.
exactly.
Okay, Under says, "Hey King Louis, who's the nice guy next to you?" Oh, I'm gonna say it again. It's the son of Assa Larsson. Is the leader of the previous squad. Made this back to real bowling after a few years, taking it a little bit slower. One of the first bowlers in Europe to shoot 600 RPMs on the ball and destroy the pins down there. The one and only Joachim Karlsson.
Yeah, it is. Nice to be here again.
It's fun. It's fun
It's really
to.
fun. It's fun watching all the good bowlers here.
We have a question. Herb K says, ask him how his new mattress is and feels. Okay, that's a kind of a personal question over there, isn't
I
it?
think it's to Ethan, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
No, no, I believe it's when we were asking,
it might be good.
but are you his mattress provider? Did you sell him a mattress back home or something like that? Or are you just wondering which mattress is he sleeping on to buy the same one, see if it does the same into your bowling? If that's the reason and you happen to buy the same mattress and it works for you, let me know because I may buy one myself.
Yeah. So Ethan Fury, of course, five bagger
Again, strike
again.
spare, five
Yeah,
in a row. My goodness, he's making that urethane ball look like a bomb.
yeah. There are some really big scores after a half game.
Yeah, we have
Karsten Hansen has started
Karsten
four in a
Hansen
row.
already. Absolutely. Richard is on that same pair with a strike spare and a triple.
AJ strike 6-1, four in a row.
Where is AJ at the
One
moment?
and
I
two.
lost it. One and two. Thank
Yeah,
you, buddy. Oh, we have Juicy also with a strike, spare in the split, and four in a row.
yeah,
And Juicy actually has 20 pins more than AJ on this squad.
yeah.
So it's another person you want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Andrew seems to be suffering a little bit more. He's got an open frame. He just made the triple.
Yeah.
Also on lane 1 and 2.
Good pair, maybe.
Maybe. The guy you just told us you were thinking is going to do good. He's actually doing good.
Yeah, Tim.
Stampy,
Stampe.
a spare and a triple.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what Ethan does. Why
Of
even
course,
ask?
strike.
Why did we ask? Aha,
It's
okay.
not even fun to watch.
We have an answer. Ethan is about to be 1-2. Lol. It says PG Carter. Then the original Burgundy. He said he would spend some of his prize money on a new mattress a few months ago. Aha. Okay, that's good to know. Then I'm gonna have to ask him definitely with what type of mattress did he buy and how is it working for him. Question for me, Luis. Have you compared your leg with Joakim Amsterdam? That's true. That was one of the things when you were bowling. I said this guy has such a big arm. It looks the same size as my leg, and
Might be.
pretty
Might be.
much that's pretty close. Maybe my leg is a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely Joakim has a huge muscle in his arm. You bowl 15 or 16 pounds?
15.
15.
Yeah. I tried 16, but that did something with my swing, so I couldn't like time it in a good
Mm.
way. So I was still 15 pounder. Yeah.
I bowl 15 pounds, but I think as soon as I'm back home in September, because this year I took it completely sabbatical. I had a couple of the two lower discs. I have
Yeah.
a hernia last June. That's the reason why I couldn't come to last year Lucky Larsens. I was doing a lot of rehab,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking I'm gonna try a few 14 pounds bowls. Not only because I think it's going to be a little bit less pain in my back, and I'm going to bowl a little bit more relaxed back there, but mostly the other thing that made me want to do that is south of Europe is quite dry patterns.
Yeah.
The ball hooks way too early, and I said to myself, maybe it's time to try the 14 pounds. I'm going to get a little bit of extra speed,
Yeah.
and also the cores they tend to have higher RG,
Yeah.
so that would keep a little bit more energy for the back of the lane. That's actually the main reason why I'm gonna go for 14.
Might be easier to like rotate. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm already I'm already so much on the side of the ball. If I rotate it anymore, I'm gonna become a spinner. So,
That might be
but
good.
but that funny story, and I'm gonna say actually, I all my life I had quite a high PAP, like 5.5, even sometimes close to 5.75.
Yeah.
My span was 5 inches and 1/8 on both hands. But when I moved up to Sweden in 2020 for the pandemic, I quit my DJ career in Spain because everything was shut down.
Yeah.
Nightclubs were shut down. I had nothing to do. And back then, Thomas was quite busy, Leandersson. He
Yeah.
was working with a club in Mora.
Yeah.
So he called me, why don't you come up and give me a hand? So I had a little bit of issue with this tendon.
Yeah.
Not big time, but a little bit of pain. Uh, Thomas measured my hand like 30 years ago when I was 15, 16, and I kept exactly the same grip on my hand. So he decided it was time to measure my hand again and
Yeah.
do something so I could have a little bit less of pain. And yeah, you remember Thomas, he was a little bit drastic sometimes. So my span went from 5.18 to 4.5.
Oh,
And
that's a big change.
that is a big change. And also I had like 0 on the pitches, and all of a sudden it was like half
Yeah.
negative. And it was like as soon as I first 2 or 3 shots I did, the ball, I lost the ball and down on my feet. I started dropping the ball way too much.
We have to commentate on
Yeah,
Ethan.
Ethan Fury is gonna shoot 280, so he's bowling on a league of his own. But to make
Yeah.
the story short, ever since I got that short grip, because of the fast thumb, my
Yeah.
track went from up here to down there, and I haven't recovered from that.
Okay.
I haven't recovered from that, and I'm not gonna recover anymore from that. So I'm already on the side. And Ethan Fury, okay, now he decided to move in for the 12 frame, and yes,
Tried something.
280, 950, 150 over. He's definitely bowling something else.
Yep.
You
Yes.
remember that movie that they said they bowled 260 average? Was it Kingpin?
Maybe. I haven't seen.
They had 15 frames on.
Ah.
That's why they bowled 250 average. And
That's a good one.
it looks like
We should need that now.
Ethan he should bowl a couple of frames less than everyone else.
Yeah. Team Stampe is going for 290, but yeah, 5 in a row only.
Yeah, and we have someone else also here, Niklas Horensen on
Yeah.
15 and 16. Same thing, spare and 6 in a row.
Niklas has 4 over after 3 games.
Some very high scores for being game number 4.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
That's.
It must be the magic of the numbers. Ever since
Yeah.
Lobo to me said that game 4, because actually game 4 was a little bit higher, wasn't it?
The
No,
lower one.
game 4 was a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Actually, it was game 3 that was higher than
Yeah.
I expected. Well, now since the scores are going that high on game 4, those numbers are going to get equal again.
Yeah, it will.
It's a lot of fun in the background. Yeah, that is actually a very good one. We have Christian Jonas on the background. He says it's funny that when the scores go down, it's always the laneman, but when the scores go high, the players just found out a way to do it. So
Yeah. Lane 1 and 2, there's a couple of strikes there. Not this frame, actually, but there are some good scores.
yeah, we have also A.J. Johnson, Andrew Anderson bowling over there.
Yeah.
Yusu, he was also doing quite okay. So it's going to be the 3 of them remaining over par, actually going a little bit higher. Andrew is going to make, he's going to try to make a double to make to 20. AJ is shooting the 9th frame. He just got a strike. That's going to open the door for him to go all the way up to 240.
Yeah.
And Yusu, if he strikes out, is going to be a 237. So those are pretty good numbers for a game number 4, and especially when they were already above par.
And especially on 1 and 2.
Especially on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to have to talk to the people in
I think I
Lane
jinxed
Talk.
Tim Stampe. 9 miss this
Oh.
frame. Sorry about that.
Jinx it. It usually happens. Now it's going to happen to me when I remind about Niklas Horensen.
Yeah, probably.
Come on, Niklas, don't listen to me. Keep going. Dominic is a little bit lost in lanes 7 and 8.
7 and 8, yeah.
But the whole pair seems to be a little bit tricky because we have Dom not so high. We have Elliot Crosby with a couple of big splits over there, and Antonio Ferentino also with a couple of big splits. And the 4th guy on the pair is not doing very high either.
We might jinxed Andrew Anderson also split in the last
Oh
frame.
my goodness.
190 or 2-0 or
It
something.
looks like the only one we cannot jinx is
Yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
He's too good. He's bowling in his own league.
Oh, see, we have here Tarek Helmi. That's it's been a while, Tarek. I haven't heard from you. I'm sending you a big, big hug. I hope everything is fine with you, and I hope we get the chance to meet soon again. Tarek is a very fun guy from Egypt. We have been bowling internationally so many times. So, anyone know what shot they are bowling on? What shot are they bowling on? Mystery. It doesn't have any name, right? Storm Lucky Larsen? But is it? They can find it on the website, right? If you go to the main website of the Storm Lucky Larsen 2025 Master, you can click on the oil profile and you will see exactly the pattern. It's
Yeah.
for you to see over there.
It's 44 feet.
44 feet, 29 mils. The oil is not spread all over the lane. It's mostly on the heads. But you go have a look and PJ, let us know what you think of that pattern after you have seen some of it.
Yeah.
Okay, game 4 is almost over, especially for those who have been striking like crazy. They really managed to end up quite quick. We still see some people above par. Max Lorenz, even with 174 on 19 and 20, but it's still 13 over par.
Yeah.
Tobias 178, also 19 over par. And Francois Lavoie, he managed to save the game. No doubles, 199, 57 over. That pair hasn't been very high at the moment.
No. The scores went down a bit in the last frames.
Yeah, last few frames,
Yeah.
they slowed down a little bit the pace.
Tim Stumpen made a 9 miss again.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that, Tim.
Well, but you haven't said anything about his pairing, so
No, I haven't.
I cannot.
Maybe I should.
We cannot blame you on him missing spares. Maybe not
No.
striking, but missing spares has nothing to do with us.
No,
Uh,
that's on them.
Don Barrett.
Raymond Tees has a good game going
Where is Raymond at
with
the
Tim.
moment? Oh yeah,
Lane,
same 11
yeah,
and 12.
11, 12. Gary Haynes, 230, 40, maybe?
One more strike for a 248.
Yeah. Lane 5 and
Um,
6.
and Dom also just made a strike to fix a little bit the score on this particular game. We see again a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups
Yeah.
and downs. Which proves that the bowlers are really talented. The bowlers can really perform, but
Yeah.
it also proves that it becomes very tricky depending on.
I think there's a lot more like strike in a row now. But if you're in again, and when you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
So it's tough to like keep the whole game a good one. If you're not if your name is not Ethan Fjord,
Exactly.
then it doesn't matter.
Richard T's strikeout is going to be a 239. Jasper Agabo, if he strikes out, is 226. Matthias striking out for a 224. And Karsten Hansen, he started pretty well, but then he had a couple of open
Yeah.
frames with low counting, 7-2, 6-3. That's not helping.
No.
Nicolas Sorensen, ever since I spoke, he stopped striking, 6 pair, 8 pair. So we are jinxing everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go take a coffee and
Maybe.
and stop jinxing everyone. Almost done with game 4. We'll refresh scoring in about a couple of minutes, let you know how things are going. But before I carry on, Joachim, feel free to get up and get out there whenever
Yeah.
you want. You've been here for quite some time at the moment, and
I will go out there and look at the last games.
that's what I mean. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sometimes, especially when you're still competing, and
Yeah.
you are still competing,
You might learn something.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
want to see, and it's not as easy to see what goes on through the screens as it is when you go and watch live. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your perspective and your knowledge.
Yeah,
It's
thank you.
been a true honor, big pleasure. And as I said before, send my best regards to the family.
I will. Thanks for having
Thank you
me.
for your
This is
time.
really fun.
Tack så jättemycket
Thank
kompis.
you.
Okay, I'm gonna keep on talking. As I said before, you put me underwater, I keep on talking anyway. So let's see how it goes after game four. A little bit higher scoring than we were expecting. We could say the bowlers are finding out the way to give a solution to the puzzle that our lane guy has prepared for them this year and this season. Um, I think our lane guy is going to be happy to see that people starts to understand a little bit better how to approach this pattern, what to do, what not to do. And that is also one of the positive things of having such a long format, so many days of play. If you have these kind of conditions, but they only bowl like one or two times, then they're gonna blame the lane guy no matter what, because they never get to find that solution or that answer. So a very positive week, very entertaining, a lot of talent on the lanes, a lot of striking, a lot of 9 Ms. Look at Team Stumpy over there, 9-0, 9-0, 9-0. What the hell is happening over there? Can someone go and drill him a spare ball? Jesus. I hope he doesn't listen to that streaming later on. He's going to be upset at me, but from the bottom of my heart, it kills me to see 9 Ms. I can get 6 split and putting the ball in the gutter, missing into the corner, missing into the left and not hitting the headpin. That I can understand because the lanes are tough and unless you're really good, it can be easy. But missing a single pin, it's never gonna get into my thick head, my bull head, my thick bull head, thick bones on my head, but only on my head, so I can keep the balance. And that is what happens when they leave you all alone and you have a mic on your hand. You keep talking, and you never know what you're gonna say. It's gonna be very fun when I go back home and I have nothing else to do and I start watching all those streamings. Don't give me ideas. I may go to Biltema and buy myself a Wilson and put him on, on the chair. Make a couple of pictures, put them on Instagram. This is my new partner on crime. As you can see, people makes a lot of fun of me. It's okay. Oh, but that's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be. If you don't learn to laugh about yourself, you're never gonna be happy. Okay, 4 games are done. We are entering the turbo area. We remind you that games 5 and 6, if you make a very high game, you can get yourself a pass into the final. Um, at the moment, the top score on the 5th game, I believe, is 268, was it? It's too many days, I forgot. But there was a very high game at some point by Nathan, but I don't remember. Yeah, it had to be the 5th game for Nathan, the guy from Canada. We will find. I'll let you know very soon. No, I think this has not been updated. Nathan shot. Nathan shot 268 or 269 on the previous squad, game 5. Ah, okay. He made enough score, so it doesn't show. Okay, okay. Excuse me, excuse me. It makes sense. So since Nathan did enough scoring to be qualified at the moment, the turbo games still remaining at 267 for Kyle Trop. Too many information. That's why sometimes we make some mistakes, but just admit them and carry on. Sixth game, Turbo is also 267. It's for Hampus Karlsson, Swedish guy. And now we're going to start watching, see how the scores are after 5 games. I see AJ Johnson 850, UC Lane, his partner in crime, 841. Sorry, after 4 games. Richard Tees, 847. Those 3 bowlers are bowling together now on lanes 17 and 18, in case you want to have a look at them. If you just want to follow some funny action, you can connect into the camera on lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have Francois Lebois on lanes 3 and 4, and we have the hero Ethan Fury on lanes 1 and 2. Started with a strike and a spare, and probably is gonna make sure he's on the right spot pretty soon and keep going. Scores after 4 games. Ethan Fury bowling in his own tournament, 950. Chase is on second position, 873. Raymond Tees from England, 859. Francois Lavoie, 857. AJ Johnson, 850. Team Stumpy, 848 after how many 9 meets we said? 3? Was it 3? 3 in a row, yeah. So that would be another easy 30 pins over there. So he would be sitting on 878 or 875, not 848. Let's hope for his sake that he doesn't think about those 9 misses later on. To continue, Richard Tees, 847. So we have the both brothers on the lanes now. Raymond, 859. Richard, 847. 8th spot is for UC from Finland, UC Lane, 841. Denmark, Niklas Sorensen, 835. 9th. Number 10 is Andrew Anderson, 831. Number 11, Tobias from Denmark, 819. Then we have another partner from Denmark, Jesper Agerbo, 813. The German guy, son of Peter Lorenz, Max Lorenz, 813 after a 174 game on game number 4. Gary Haynes, 804. Christopher Sloan, 804. And Elliot Crosby, 802. And that completes the people who is above par after 4 games, which is 16 bowlers. Now we are starting game 5, and we can see a little bit of movement already. Andrew Anderson bowling on lanes 5 and 6, started with a double. If you want to see some cool action in there, you have quite a few good bowlers also in that camera on lane 5, 6, 7, 8. You have Christopher Sloan, you have Andrew Anderson, you have Tim Stumpe, Richard Tees, and Chase Nadeau. So it's quite some action on that camera. As I said before, if you want to carry on watching on Ethan Fury, is now bowling on lanes 1 and 2, and on that same camera you can see Francois Lavoie bowling on 3 and 4. If we move to lanes 9, 10, and 11 and 12, you can find who you can find there. Karsten Hansen, Christian Azcona from Puerto Rico, and Dominic Barrett, who is not doing very good, but I'm guessing he's already testing things for some later squad he will bowl, because he's been trying a few different bowls and a few different lines the last few shots. If we move to 13 and 14, 15 and 16, we have the former PBA Rookie of the Year, the Finnish guy Santtu Tabainen, who actually started with three strikes in a row. We have another Finnish talent, young guy, Lucas Bananen, also on that camera. And if you want to see a girl who can really hit the target over and over again, we have Alida Molander in lane 15 and 16. Alida is currently having 789 after 4 games. She had one low game, second game, game 2, she had 163, so she's doing quite okay. What else can I tell you? The last camera, lanes 17, 18, 19, and 20, you can find AJ Johnson, Richard Tees, A lot of action going on. We're gonna keep an eye on as many as we can and see what goes on. Okay, PJ, just gotcha. Thank you. Sorry, check from PBA side. No worries at all. That's why we are here. We're trying to give as much information as we can. We're trying to help you follow the action. And if you have any other questions, just feel free to text. And as soon as I read it, I'm gonna do my best to give you that information. We have John Thompson. The pattern is also in the Kegel Pattern Library app. Just search for Lucky. Thank you, John. It's good information. Now, since we are a few over here, let me remind you, subscribe to our channel. It's 100% free, and it's for a very good cause, in this case, to be able to keep it for free always, so you can see a lot of content, PBA bowling, PBA regional in Sweden, Swedish National League, perhaps some reviews and some coaching later on in the season. So subscribe into our channel, and we'll be more than happy to carry on with our work and try to keep things 100% free, so you can see the best bowlers in the world without having to pay any subscription for it. Okay, Chase Nadeau starting with front three. Santo Taphainen started with the front four. Lane 1 and 2, Wheeler started with a spare and a triple. 3 and 4, Antonio Fiorentino, spare and a triple. So we see some striking, we see some splits also, but overall we could say that the scoring pace on this squad is a little bit higher than, at least a little bit higher than the average we have been having lately. It's a little bit less strikes going on lanes 17, 18, 19, and 20. It's one or two open frames almost for everyone on 19 and 20. Just one double on lane 18, nothing on 17, 19, or 20. So those four pairs, for some reason, I still believe they're a little bit tougher than some of the others. Santu just got the fifth one on lanes 13 and 14, so he's got the front five. And now I'm going to focus my attention on lanes 7 and 8, where Chase has begun with the first three. He's bowling quite deep inside already, bowling for global. And he got another one. Looking good. It's almost nobody bowling outside anymore. I believe it's only Alida. She's bowling around board 10, 11. This particular shot she missed a little bit in. That ball was around 12, 13 on the arrow, so she grabbed some of the traffic and it hooked a little bit too early. Baby split for her. And I'm gonna try to see what Ethan Fury is doing on lane 1 and 2. He's not really striking that high at the moment. Strike spare, strike 9 spare, 7 split 2 and 7. That's 2 shots in a row that is short to the pocket, and he leaves the 2 pin over there. I'm wondering if that urethane ball has stopped working for him. But this kid is able to do so many things with the hand that he may probably find a way to carry on even without changing the ball. Not that he needs the score. Obviously, he's the leader of the tournament. With his second best result, he would still be the leader of the tournament. And not only happy with that, he's the leader of the squad by nearly 80 pins of difference. So definitely this kid is showing an amazing amount of skills and abilities to do so many different things with the bowling ball in hand. 3 and 4. Francois Labuana has got 2 spares and a turkey. A little bit deep in the pocket, so he leaves the 4 pin. But it's looking quite solid over there. I was just reading, make sure that I haven't forgotten to answer to any of you guys, but it looks like everything is under control. So I'm going back to look at the lanes and see what's going on so we don't miss any of the action. Some striking going on lane 1. As we said before, Willie Wallstrom, spare 6 in a row. Team Stumpy in 7-8. 7 split 0, but then 4 in a row. It seems to me like now it's a little bit like either very high games or a little bit of a lower ones. It doesn't seem to be that many people holding on onto regular 190 to 10. It looks like you're either gonna shot 240 to 50 or you're gonna drop down to 160 or lower. It's a lot of open frames for some of the bowlers, and those who are not having more than 2 open frames is because they are striking a lot. Well, that is an ugly split for Gary Haynes on lane 2. I don't even see it. It looks like it's the 4-8-6. That's not a very common one. It's like a couple of columns of the big chart have fallen. Yeah, the one thing I see a little bit different from what we saw maybe a game or a game and a half ago, I see a few bowlers trying to go a little bit stronger again, and stronger is not always better. It looks like the lanes are burning out, and they are starting to try to push the ball, trying to overdo to make that ball go a little bit longer before it turns. But it isn't working too good for the vast majority. Um, okay, let's see what's Ethan doing now on lane 2. He's pretty much at the same spot he was. 10 board, lofting that urethane ball. He's just had a little bit of not so good carry as he was having before. It could be that the ball has grabbed a little bit of oil. It could be that that pair is a little bit different, or maybe it had pushed a little bit of oil down compared to whatever he was doing before. So the ball's not really giving him the same carry or the same angle that he was getting on the previous games. Yet he gets the spare. So if it doubles, it's going to make 205 on the 10th frame. Otherwise, it's going to stay down on 190 something. But as I said before, it's not that he really needs the pins. He's already got more than a secure spot in the final. And definitely, we have a volunteer over there to get into the turbo, and that's lane number 1 by Willie. Let me see. Willie Wallstrom has got the spare and 8 in a row. That's already putting him on the 260s. Remember, Kyle Trop is at 267. I believe Nathan from Canada shot 269. So if Nathan was to drop down from the cut, that would be the score for the turbo. But if Willie strikes out, that's going to be a game of 290. And definitely that would give him a very, very solid spot in that 5th game of the turbo. So we're going to pay some attention into lane 1 and see what goes on that 10th frame. Well, actually, he's going to do the 10th frame on lane 2, but yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, not good. 9. So Nats needs to spare and strike to make 269. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. We cannot keep on talking. We keep jinxing everybody. They're gonna fire me outside. So by the end of the week, they're gonna fire the lane guy in one place, and they're gonna fire me on the other one. Not fire or like firing us from the job. I mean, like they did with the witches in the 15th century. They're gonna light some fire in our feet and get us tied up onto a post. Nine spare for Ethan Fury, so he's gonna shoot a one. Oh my God, what was that? After 8 in a row, 9 spare, he puts the ball in the gutter. It definitely did not want it to stay on that turbo. 259 for Willie. Yeah, yeah. Ethan Fury now doing the 12 frame with the reactive ball. Moved back to the inside area of the lane. 194 for him. 1144 overall after 5 games. He needs a 250 something to break that 1400 barrier that no one has managed to break yet. Now let's see. 73 over was Chase. Let me find Chase. He's bowling on 7 and 8. Front 4, split, spare, strike. So surviving that one. Raymond Tees. I see Richard, but I don't see his brother Raymond. Let me look around. Raymond, where are you? Shh, put your hand up. Raymond Tees. Yeah, also on 7 and 8. Sorry, I couldn't see him. 7 and 8. Strike, spare, double is working on another strike pretty soon. That would put him already on 20 something over. That would be good for Raymond because, as I said, 59 over. So if he manages to do like a 230, 240, it's going to put him very close to 90 or 100 over. If Joachim was right and the cut by the end of the week is around 80, 90 over, then you don't really need to do that much. But we will have to see. It's many scores, many squats to be bowled. I believe 80 over, 90 over, it's a little bit too low. I think it's going to be a little higher than that. Maybe not the 150 I predicted at the end of the week. but it should be at least 115, 120 over. There's a lot of good bowlers around and a lot of talent on the lane, so at some point the score should go higher. Okay, the Finnish guys were bowling on lane 13 and 14. Santu started with a front five, then a couple of open frames, ended up with a game of 211 for 45 under. Lucas Bananen. That's quite a game. Nine spare strike, nine spare strike, strike, nine spare, nine spare, nine. At least he's pairing, and he's one of the young ones who was bowling on the under 21. So I'm happy to see some nine pairing at the end. Finally. For some of them it looks like a phone number. 675 43789. But it is what it is. So we are getting to the end of game 5. I'm going to start to try to find people who is above par. On lanes 1 to 4, we only find Ethan Fury with 1144. Lanes 3 and 4, we find Tobias Bright with 9 pins over par, 1009, and Francois Lavoie with 60 over par, 1060. Next pair, they are entering the 10th frame. We see Andrew Anderson, who's got the 610 left on the 10th frame. He's already over par, so he should be somewhere around 1040, unless I'm wrong. Oh, give me a second. Yeah, he's spare, so he's going to be on the 1040. Right beside him on lane 7 and 8, we see 3 guys over par with the 9th frame and the 10th frame yet to go. They are Raymond Tees, who's got 4 in a row at the moment. Chase Nadeau, who is already with a 9 over and scoring need to count yet the 9th and the 10th frame. And Tim Stumpe, who's also over par, 20 over par. He has an open frame on the 8th. So it's another 60 pins that could get in there. That would put him on 80 over if he strikes out. Moving to the next pairs, 1018, so 18 over par for Niklas Sorensen. Everyone else is struggling a little bit. They are on the 800s still, so not very high. 11, 12, same. 13, 14, 15, 16. Same thing, not so very high scores. Nate Purchase is doing a high game now. He's got the 5 in a row entering the 10th frame. He's lofting the ball pretty deep inside, but as soon as he grips it a little bit, the ball reads too early. Not going to be on the par, so no one is on the par on these 4 lanes. And then when we move to the last 4 lanes on the alley, AJ Johnson with triple, 10th frame to go. He's already 6 below the par, so he's going to be somewhere on 50 over par at least. Richard Tees is going to work on a spare on the 10th frame to try to be on 35 over the par. He takes the spare, so he's going to be over par. And lanes 19 and 20, there is no one who's going to be over par. So we had 16 bowlers above par after game 4, which was a little bit more successful than we have been witnessing during the week. But game 5 seems to be doing a little bit of damage on the field and on the scoring pace. As soon as the game is over, we will refresh the scoring and let you know if how is the pace and how many people remains above par. We have a question from Nick. What is the entry fee and what does first place get? The first place is going to get 165,000 Swedish crowns. That's approximately $17,000, more or less. Second place is 120,000. That would be about 12,500, I guess. Uh, Position 3 and 4, 90,000 Swedish. That's close to $10,000. And the entry fee, there was some early birds that were a little bit cheaper, but let me see. I got a few documents over here so I can find. I don't want to give you a price that is not correct. I believe it was 1,300. Yes, entry fees over here. On the early birds, the entry fees were 1,300 Swedish crowns, which is approximately $135. From yesterday, it was 1,500, which is about, let's make it easy, $150. Today's Thursday. The entry fee today is 1,600, so $160. And for the series of Friday and Saturday, it's 1,800, which could be translated to $180. Uh, it's a lot of people getting money. Total prize money is 1,314,000 Swedish. So we could, to make the easy numbers, we could say it's about 135,000 US dollars on prices. People from position 51 to 55, which is the lowest, who are going to get some prices. They're gonna cash out 7,500 Swedish, which it's about $750. It obviously depends on the change, but yeah, it's a nice payout. It's a very big event, probably the biggest event in Europe, and it's not only about the prices, not only about the chances of getting a PBA title, but it's a lot of things happening around the event. Right now at 6 o'clock we have well, it's 7:30 already, so it probably is done. We had Matt McNeil from Storm. He was doing a seminar about bowling balls, equipments, and layouts. Um, we had a seminar about mental bowling at the beginning of the week, and personally, I'm waiting for the seminar that's going to be held by Christian Jonas about oil profiles and how do they design it, and a little bit of the history behind those patterns. So it's a lot of things going on. Yesterday also it was a very special day. The PBA guys were golfing in the morning, so everybody who wanted to go golfing with them, they got the chance to get them to know a little bit better out of the lanes, get some fun time together, pictures, autographs. Later on the day we had a big buffet on the second floor of the bowling alley. It was very nice food. That was called Dinner with the Pros. At the same time, at 7:30 p.m., we had a small, uh, we could call it a little bit of a small pro-am. It was 8 of the PBA guys here bowling a friendly competition called the Iceman Eliminator Challenge. The winner was Jesper Spencer. It was just a friendly match in which the PBA guys were sharing lane and bowling with the amateur bowlers, and it was pretty fun. We had a lot of live music, and as soon as that was over, the bowling alley got disco lights. The music was even higher and louder, and they were having a lot of fun. You could see a lot of kids bowling on the lanes, and you could see the PBA guys bowling for fun, not for competing. They were bowling without shoes. They were walking on the approaches on their socks. They had some competition between them and bowling left hand, right hand, one hand, two hand, doing all the funny things that they obviously cannot do when they are competing. So a little bit of going back to the childhood and the love we had for the game, and it was a very fun evening for sure. Okay, game five is over. Now we're gonna be refreshing the scores pretty soon, and I will update to every one of you. I will let you know how is the standing on these squads looking, and as I said before, it looks like it's been a little bit of a drop. We had 16 bowlers over par back then. Now it went down to only 12. 10, 11, and 12 are only 8, 8, and 9 pins over par. And let's see the ranking from the beginning. Ethan Fury, 1144, currently leading the squad. Raymond Tees from England is on second position with 1107. Number 3, we have Chase Nadeau from United States, 95 over. Number 4, Francois Lavoie with 1060. Number 5, Tim Stumpy, 58 over, despite a few single pins gone. It could be a little bit higher, but he's still fighting hard to accomplish. Um, AJ Johnson, 49 over, sixth position on this squad. Andrew Anderson, 42 over, seventh on this squad. Raymond's brother, Richard Tees, is now eighth with 32 over. Niklas Sorensen from Denmark, 1018. Um, Last game of the squad, the turbo is alive again. If someone shoots more than 267, probably 270 something would be quite okay to gain that spot into the final. Um, Potential people doing that, there's a few. We're only on frame 1, 2, or 3, so it's a long way to go for this game to be over. People with chances to make it into the final by their score on the squad, I would say Raymond Tees, Chase Nadeau, and if Frankie finds a good spot for that last game, since he's 60 over, if he makes quite a high game, 260, even 250, that could be somewhere near the cut. But Nick is asking, is this a PBA event? Yes, it is a PBA event. It's the only official PBA event out of the United States at the moment. I have read something a couple of months ago. They might be doing something somewhere else. I don't remember for sure if it was Japan, Korea, or some of these, one of these Asian countries. But at the moment, this is the only official PBA event outside of United States. Okay, I'm gonna have a look again at Ethan Fury bowling on lanes 5 and 6. As I've been telling, for those who have joined us a little bit later on, Ethan is not only the leader of the tournament, he had the second highest score as well, so he would be number 1 and number 2 overall. And he's also leading this particular squad. And the funny thing is that he's approaching this squad in a complete different way than he did on the first couple of days. He managed to score really high when you were deep inside. He was bowling quite deep inside on the lane. Obviously, for this kind of bowlers, they want to get as much information as they possibly can, try to understand the whole of the lane, not just where it worked, but is there any other possible solution if I find myself in trouble during the finals? And I believe that's the reason why he's bowling completely different strategy. He's been bowling urethane straight on the second arrow, very different from what he did in the morning or yesterday. and if it stays like that, he's going to be the leader of the squad again. So I'm going to have the chance to make another quick interview right after the squad, and I'll make sure to ask if that was the reason why he was approaching this squad this way. Nick says, "Thanks, you're a good color commentator." Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate, buddy. I'm just trying to do my job over here, trying to help everybody see. It's many cameras, it's a lot of action going on, it's a lot of bowlers everywhere, so it's very easy to lose some of the action, especially when you are watching online. Unless you open several amount of windows and you start jumping from one to the other, it's hard to follow everything. You can miss some of the action, and that's why I'm trying to talk a little bit about everything and everyone and all the things that are happening around the event. Now, let me have a look for a second to the girls. Alida Molander, she's top scoring in this squad with 44 under par. She had a 167 on that last game that made her drop a little bit. She's now bowling on lanes 19 and 20. She's got a triple and a 9 spare. Um, there is a few people who can make their way into the final by different ways, not only by the total game scoring, but the two best over 50, the two best under 21, the two best turbos, some of the early birds. So that's why I was trying to have a look at what Alida was doing at the moment to see if she had any chance to get the scoring that the two girls who are sitting now on the top, but she would have to strike out. She's at the moment with where were oh, I just lost her. The two two top scores for girls, it's Emma Haltunen and Nora Johansson with 12.27. So yes, Alida definitely needs to strike out and make a game of 279. But if she makes a 279, actually, she would probably get that pass on the turbo as well. So okay, people who can manage to do good on game 6. We find Richard Tees on lane 1 and 2, double spare double. Cristian Azcona from Puerto Rico, also PBA bowler. He's on 7 and 8. He started with the front 5. Francois Lavoie is also needing of a high game, and he started pretty okay. Also bowling on lane 7 and 8, spare and triple. Gary Haynes on lane 17 and 18, a spare and triple. Gary was also, Gary is only opting into the turbo at the moment. His score pace was a little bit lower overall, so he's not going to be able to make enough pins to guarantee a spot in the final. But if he strikes out, it's going to be a 290 game, and that would make him go in through the turbo. And it's not a good frame for Richard. He's on 1 and 2. He's got the double 9 spare, double 9. So even if he spares, it's going to be some as higher 250 something, and he had 32 over, so that would put him on 1280 something, which is probably not going to be enough to make it into the final. Team Stampe started with the first 3. He does have a chance. He's currently with 58 over, so quite a high game of 260 something, 270 would put him on the 1320s. That could be enough to make it on the way up there. Raymond Tees, who was already with 107 over, also bowling on lane 3 and 4, double 9 spare strike, and he was pretty happy with that strike, so he's really fighting to get up there. Francois Lavoie on 7 and 8 spare and 4 in a row, also working to go on. Mhm. Now it's the turbo chance is gone for Christian. He just Christian Azcona. He just missed the single pin, so it was a front 5 9 miss. So that's a 268. No, sorry, 267, and that's already the score of the turbo. Okay, 9 spare for Francois Lavoie after a spare and a 4 in a row. Francois is 60 over after 5. That would put him at the moment with 89 over, 5 frames to go. So he probably needs at least another 4 or 5 in a row to try to stay somewhere in the 1320s, 1330s. We will see. I have a question again. Anders Lundball is asking me, what do you think Danielle McEwen can do when she steps into the tournament tonight? If she's traveling today, definitely. I mean, she's got a lot of talent. Obviously, who's going to deny that? But after such a long trip coming all the way from United States, it takes at least 20 hours to get over here. It's not easy to sleep on the plane. It's not easy to rest properly. You also get a little bit dehydrated when you travel on planes, and the food they give you on the planes, it usually has a lot of salt because it's the only way for you to taste something on that altitude. No, it's a true fact. I'm no joking. No, no, no. This is a true fact. I know I joke a lot, but this time this time I'm talking serious sense for once. And so what I'm thinking, probably she's gonna get here a little bit exhausted, a little bit dehydrated. Uh, Not that she's not gonna try to accomplish it right away, but I think she's gonna spend a little bit more energy trying to understand what goes on the lanes and trying to do her best. Um, it's not a very easy pattern for the girls. It's since the line is moving so deep inside, it's not easy for them to cross the heads. It's not common to see girls throwing the ball that fast in speed. Maybe Danielle finds a way to spin the ball a little bit more than she usually does to make the ball go a little bit longer and save a little bit more energy and entry angle. It definitely is going to be very fun to watch. It's definitely going to be very interesting to follow how she approaches this particular type of oil profile. But I couldn't say. Uh, I think it's not going to be her best squat. As I said, after a very long trip, it's very difficult to perform at your 100%. But for sure, she's going to get some good information. She always goes around with that. She reminds me a little bit of the professional golfers that they keep that big notebook on their pocket and they keep making notes on the different greens they golf during the season. And when they go back into that courses a year later or a couple of years later, they check on those. notes they have. She does a little bit of that. She takes a lot of writing down while she bowls, so she doesn't forget anything of any piece of important information. But Anders, yes, I think it's going to be quite interesting to see that last squad as well and see what Daniel can do. Not only Daniel, it's going to be quite a few talented bowlers again. So, all right, let me focus again on the scoring. There were some people that had some chances to do okay. One of them is Francois Loab, bowling on lanes 7 and 8. He's got a spare, four bagger, spare, and a double, getting close to the end of the game. It's going to be quite important for him if he manages to strike on the 9th and the 10th. That would put him on a 269 if he strikes out. That would be a final score of 1329, and that would give him a good chance to maybe get a spot in the final. It's hard to predict what is the final cut going to be. I'm starting to see more and more clear that probably it's not going to be as high as I said at the beginning of the week. I jumped into the pool by saying 150 over. My colleague Robert Anderson was doing commentary with me that day. He said 130 over. That could be more the number, so I'm going to lose the bet with him. That I hate, but that's the way it is. Uh, but for the next time I meet Robert, maybe he has forgotten and I don't have to buy him a drink. Okay, Francois is going to take a shot, important one on lane 7. Oh, he nails it. He completely nailed that one. That was perfect. Now all the way to the 10th frame where he can get the job done. We wish he does it. He's not only a very good bowler, but a very humble and kind guy. Easy to talk to. He was sharing some time with us earlier in the week, doing some streaming as well. He helped us understand a little bit more what kind of vision a professional bowler has on this kind of competition and what kind of things they focus on, what do they think of. So if you guys are curious to know what the PBA guys think and how they talk when they are doing some online streaming, you can scroll around our YouTube channel because the previous days, every single squad has been streamed online. Every one of them had some commentaries on. And as I said before, we have been having a lot of quite special guests. We had the Swedish national coach. We had Magnus Johnson, which was the former Swedish national coach. We had Martin Larsen sitting down with us for a little while. We had Daniel, who is also the guy who's taking care of everything on the tournament. We had Andrew Anderson. We had Frankie Lavoie. We had Joachim Carlson a little bit earlier today. And we're going to keep on kidnapping people from the lanes and bringing them into the streaming room. So you can guys ask them some stuff and you can listen to their voice and see the way they more or less see the perspective they have on the event. Okay, now we really are getting close into the end. Ethan Fury, this game was not a good game for him. It's 150 something. I think he got tired of talking to me on the interviews after the squads, and he decided to drop that down. But yet he's still gonna make 1300. So unless Raymond Tees does a good game, where is Raymond? Raymond. Yeah, Raymond is doing quite good. Double spare, strike, spare, double. So Raymond is looking good. Chase, I lost Chase. Where is Chase? Oh, you pointed, but I didn't get it. Oh, Frankie. Oh, Frankie made the 10th already. Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez, Frankie. It didn't even let me see that. But cool. Okay, Frankie needs one more. If he does another strike, he's going to go all the way up to 260 longs. That would put him on 13-20 longs. If he strikes out, it's going to be 269 and 13-29. That could be quite a good score. That could be actually the cut. 129 over. That could be the cut. Maybe Francois Lebois is going to set what the cut's going to be. And if you want to be in, you got to be above that score. Yeah, he's got another one on the 11th. Looking comfortable. Very confident over there. Oh my goodness, yes. Chase just yeah, not gonna be happy about. He started with a spare and a double, and then it's a 6-3, 5-3, 6-3, 8-1. So maximum score he could get now is 190. He was with 95 over, so that would drop him down to 1285, and that I believe is not gonna be enough to make it to the final. 8 on the 12 frame for Francois Lobat. That's 267 for a total of 1327. Um, there's a couple of guys a little bit delayed on lane 3 and 4. They are gonna make our dinner become a little bit delayed as well. And I'm trying to fire Raymond. Where's Raymond? Oh, Raymond. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's when they are the both brothers at the same time. I get up, end up losing them. So Raymond Tees, double, 9 spare, strike 9 spare, triple, going for the 9th and the 10th. Raymond was having 107 over, so unless he has some issues, that's going to be more than enough to go into the final. That should be a very good score. If he strikes out, uh, 76, so it's if he strikes out, it's going to go all the way up to 1366, and that is a very good score. That could also be at least quite near to make it into the step 2. We haven't seen any 1400 yet. It's the number that is still not showing up. We're just gonna wait for Raymond to finish his game, and then I'm gonna run out there and make some interviews. It looks like it's actually gonna be him who I'm gonna have to interview. So no rush. Okay, important frame now for Raymond on lane number 4. See what he gets. Oh yes, tripping the 4-pin forward. That's really, really a nice strike on the 9th frame. It's working on his way. If he strikes out, it's going to be 1366, 166 over for Raymond. Um, he could, he would, yeah, he's going to lead the squad if it doesn't do anything wrong. Second position on the squad is going to be for Francois Loba with 127 over. And Ethan Fury, it keeps shooting 1300s. Like if very solid last game for Francois Loba indeed. One frame to go. 66. Nej, 66. 66. So we have one, two. Raymond. Maybe he meant the ball was a little bit faster. If he makes one more, he's going to secure his spot in the final for sure, 100%. But he wants to strike out to try to get as higher the score as possible to try to get it into step two directly. Let's see. He likes it, and he likes it even more when he gets the 10 down. Darren Edenstrom says Scooby also said the trophy plate would be a good holder for chicken nuggets. It's good to see that you guys keep talking and commenting. Appreciate having so many people watching and following us. Uh, Makes us very happy and gives us energy to carry on also for one more squat. Now, Raymond Tees, 11th frame. He likes it again. It didn't work. Hold on. No. It's okay. It's going to be 9 spare for a game of 248, a total score of 1355. Um, I'll be right back in a little while when we get into our last squat. Thank you, everybody, for your attention, and I'll be right back soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the button and help us keep on going with the absolute free of charge world-class bowling. Good afternoon.